Hello, everyone, and welcome to Pro Bowl West in Fort Wayne, Indiana for the Indiana High School Bowling State Championships. I'm Scott Gilmore, and joining me is PBA Hall of Famer Mike Albee. And Mike, team event going to take place here shortly. Baker games, totally different than what we saw this morning with the single matches.
Yeah, it's very exciting. It's fun to watch, fast-paced, and you get to bowl basically 2 frames a game for each bowler, unless there's some substitutions, there can be substitutions. So it's fast-packed action. So a lot of exciting. State championship is on the line.
How important is the lineup for each team? Because one bowler can't carry the load in this format.
No, the 2 very key spots are the leadoff spot and the anchor spot. The leadoff bowler is going to be one out there that's going to help them to decide on the lane conditions, where they're going to play, and help them see the lay of the land on the lane. But it's also to get the mental aspect going, starting off with either a mark, but if you start off with a strike, it's a big lift of the rest of the team. Then you got the anchor bowler, who's going to be the pressure shot. It's going to be there not only in the 5th frame, who sends it around to the leadoff guy or leadoff girl, and then the anchor will end up the game with the pressure situation, knowing what they need to do to win that state championship.
Well, if history tells us anything, it's going to be fast-paced and a lot of action. Sit back and enjoy it. We'll be starting with match number 1 right after this. Hello, everyone, and welcome back here to Pro Bowl West. Fort Wayne, Indiana, the location. Indiana High School State Finals is what we're going to broadcast here. Team event, Scott Gilmore, PBA Hall of Famer Mike Albee. And Mike, hold on to the seat of your pants, they say, right? This is going to be fast, furious, crazy, and a lot of action.
Yeah, we're going to the Baker system here, so we still got a lot of teams out there. First bowler is going to bowl the 1st frame, the 5th frame, second bowler, 2nd frame, 6th frame, third bowler, 3rd frame, 8th frame, 9th frame, 10th frame, all that down the way. We've seen it before, but it's fast action paced. Watch out. We're going to go see we could see some good scores here. These teams were really hot.
Well, our finals for the boys, Wabash, Franklin Central will be in match number 1. Our first match for the girls will be Terre Haute North and Highland. And then winner of the Wabash Franklin Central match for the boys will take on Richmond, and Lutheran is your number 1 seed. On the girls' side, Highland, the winner of the Highland Terre Haute North match, will take on DeKalb for the championship. So only 3 girls make the top stepladder finals, 4 boys on the boys' side. So, again, we're going to try to do the best we can here, folks. We'll try to get the names right. It's a complicated situation, but we're going to do the best we can. We just hope you sit back and enjoy some exciting action here as we are about to crown the 2022 state champions on the boys and girls sides for the team event. Sit back and enjoy it. It's bad outside weather-wise, but it's great in here, and we thank you for watching here on Savage Bowling TV. One thing I do like, Mike, is on some of the girls, they have their names on the back of their shirts, so that really helps a bunch.
It does, yeah. Save some of the guesswork.
Oh, are you all set? Are you ready to go?
I'm ready to go.
All right.
I'm ready to go.
Again, we thank you for watching on Savage Bowling TV. And if you have any, again, I guess, if you've never watched Baker bowling, you're in for a treat, right?
Yeah, you really are. I mean, it's very important. A leadoff and your anchor bowlers are probably the 2 most key spots, but that doesn't mean bowlers 2, 3, and 4 are not important, because they keep those strings alive and keep the momentum going. You're going to see probably all the teams not sit down because it's a team event. It's exciting. They cheer, they chant, they do a lot of it's a lot of camaraderie. So you'll see a lot of action down there on the lanes. And I'd like to say that I am a 1978 graduate of Franklin Central High School, so it's nice to see Franklin Central in there today.
Well,
1978, I think that's when it was, a few years ago.
1978.
So, yeah, it was.
Wow.
Yeah. All right, don't do the math. Just keep going.
Yeah. I don't know if I can count that high, Mike.
I know.
Oh, my goodness. Well, and one thing that we always try to do, too, is we try to get everybody's name correctly pronounced, and we do apologize if our intentions are good, right? We just try to do the best we can. We get information, to be honest with you. We get it kind of late, and we're all scrambling around trying to find all that information. So, again, bear with us as we get ready to proceed here.
And for us, part of it, too, is they are allowed to make substitutions. So it's like any sporting event. You get a player in, take a player out, and change them at any time.
All right, our first shot of the day here for Franklin Central on the right lane. Oh, what a break.
Great break.
Trips out the 2-pin. And that was Ashton Morello. And now we have Abby Dwyer there for Terre Haute North, leading off. And now our first shot of the boys.
Wow, great shot. Wabash come out firing there. That was a great shot.
Looks like Dave Metler there for Wabash. The Apaches, I like it. I like it. Now, Dwyer is going to try to pick up the 1-2-4. And again, we'll try to get you all the correct names. The fans of the respected teams, they know who is who, right? This is our first look at pretty much all of these kids and teams and players and bowlers, whatever you want to say. But some of these players are returning finalists in not only singles but maybe team events too.
Right. Yeah, they had the opportunity to also make it through the singles if they qualified. So it's a tough day to do both, but there are some kids that are able to do it. But once again, the leadoff players out there trying to get their team started, and it's a 2-game match, I believe, and so 2-game total pins.
Yeah, 2-game total pin match will determine the winner in each match here. That was Richie Case there for Franklin Township. And a tough combination there on lane 47.
And off to the right, about six lanes over, we got the upcoming teams practicing. Great spare.
And you're going to hear a lot of screaming, yelling, cheering on the girls' side especially, which is a lot of fun. I mean, they make it fun, get into it. Looks like we're maybe have a substitution in for the spare already here for Franklin Township. And that is Braden Dillard, sophomore, coming in to pick up the 2-9.
This is a tough place to come in, right in the middle of the shot. He didn't bowl the first shot. Wow, what a great job!
And he hooks her right in there.
Job. That's a tough call to come in. It's one thing to switch in the middle of a frame. That is just hard to do.
And that looks like an open frame for Highland in the second. Off the split. Of course, as we didn't see earlier, gutter 8, that's always a tough.
That's very hard, yeah. Very hard to come back.
And a 10-pin here for Franklin Central.
Right now, teams are just kind of in the feeling out process, trying to get something going and get started. See if they can build some momentum, because they're right now Franklin Central is the only team that's clean through 2 with a spare up. Everybody else has at least 1 open.
And a good cover there for Franklin Central. I believe I have the girls lineup. Abby Dwyer, Maylee Brown, Christine Torpy, Mary Brooks, and Lily Jones, I believe, is the order of play for Terre Haute North. Ariana Wagner, Scarlett Labuda, Sammy Smolin, Anna Holland, and Carly Zucklin for Highland. And we saw Carly in singles. She didn't win, but she
threw the ball well. Had a few spare misses, but threw the ball very well in her match. She lost to the eventual state champion. Looks like the girls teams, both girls teams are having trouble catching the head pin on that first shot. Just need to slow things down, get the momentum going. It's easy to get kind of over pumped up and throw too hard, so they just need to settle back down.
Oh, great shot there.
Power shot by Wabash.
I believe that was Mason Hostetler right there for Wabash.
Crossover for Franklin Central.
Hey, it's not a beauty contest out there,
no,
right?
you take those and run. Now you get another one. That's what you do. Good spare.
That was Bryson Walker for Franklin Township. And an open frame in the fourth frame.
Beautiful, beautiful shot. Got a three-bagger for Wabash. Coming back in this match with Franklin Central.
That was Anna Holland with the open frame on for Highland. Anchor bowler for Terre Haute North appears to be Lily Jones. Oh, and an open frame there for the anchor bowler for Terre Haute North. And
oh my.
Is it going down? All right,
Yep.
10 pin falls late.
Great break. They were on 3 in a row. What a great shot. Blowout 7-10 standing, but the 10 rolls out. Only the 7 left. Franklin Central clean through 6.
I'm trying to write things down here so I know who's bowling where. I appreciate the help, Mike. Oh, as always, I know I have you in the booth for a certain reason, right? I told everybody you make me look smart.
Yeah.
Oh, another Brooklyn strike.
That'll work. Yep. Franklin Central with the crossover.
Like we say, you take them however you can get them.
It's a 1-pin match. Franklin Central over Wabash.
A nice shot there for Ariana Wagner. Or no, that was Abby Dwyer for Terre Haute North. And right now, Highland they need to stop the bleeding here, Mike. They got 4 open frames in a row here. Now with a 4-pin spare conversion, they need to make this to kind of stop the bleeding here.
Yeah, it's one of those things you just got to settle back down, take a deep breath, do all your thinking back off the approach, and get out there and get your spare.
.610 here for
there's a spare. Good
Wabash.
Job.
You know, Wabash is just slowly putting a good game together here. 145 in the 7th. It's a 2-game total pin match here. Will determine the winner. Teams will bowl 1 game on 1 lane, flip to the next. And after 2, the total pins will determine who advances in the step ladder. And that needs to get there. Ooh, open frame in the 9th. And an open frame in the 7th here for Terre Haute North. Big shot here right now for Franklin Central. Richie Case here in the 9th with a 5-pin. They'll take a 14-pin lead here with a mark in the 9th frame over Wabash in game number 1. Anchor bowler now for Beautiful shot by Mason Hostetler. He struck in the 5th, too, and a solid.
Yeah, great shot.
That's why you have
That's why he's there.
Your best shot makers in that 5-hole, right?
Yep, and he's going to get him back into this one.
And Richie Case with the spare. Now we're going to have Bryson Walker here. Now Christine Torpy. That's got to get. Oh! Wow, just barely gets it. Now Mason back up here. Ooh, bucket. Looks like he got a little fast maybe there.
Yeah, ball just didn't read early enough on the front part of the lane to get up and get more of the head pin. Just a little light, and
All
even
right.
the bucket.
Bryson Walker here in the 10th frame for Franklin Central. Needs to get up.
Beautiful.
Oh, and he does.
Beautiful shot.
Good, solid physical game there, Mike.
Yeah.
That's a big shot.
Yeah, Franklin Central is going to come out with a small lead here. He can bump it to 20 with a double, though.
Ooh, 4-9.
Oh, bad break. Great shot.
And the 9th frame for Terre Haute North.
Wabash completed their first game. 191.
About a 35-pin lead for Terre Haute North here early, but the girls from Highland, they got to fill frames here, and they haven't been able to do that. Oh, beautiful
Gorgeous
shot.
Gorgeous
Beautiful shot. 191 for Wabash. Game 1.
Oh, good run at that 4-9.
Oh,
Good shot. Good shot.
hey, 214. That's a good start for Franklin Central. 23-pin lead going into game number 2.
There's our first strike by the girls.
All right, we're going to have a substitute back in here for Franklin Central. Richie Case going back in for Dillard. Actually, we have 2 cases. Is it Mike, or is that Mike, or
No,
is that?
It's Richie here in front of us there.
Okay.
Mike, it's on the right.
Ah, gotcha. So Mike Case has been in. He's actually the 4th bowler. That is my fault. All right, a double
Good
here
fill.
in the 10th for Terre Haute North. They're going to have a 156 game with another strike, and they do.
They do. Great finish. 156. It's a total pin game. Doesn't matter if you win this, if you get the most pins this game or you feel like you win this game, you got to win total pins after 2. Beautiful shot.
Well, Highland can strike out for 142.
That's going to keep them close. That's what you want to do. Get that second shot here and knock 10 pins off that lead.
Ashton Morello with a
Very quick with the feet. Just shot that ball straight to the right into the gutter. First frame, first ball. Nothing hurt. Just got to take a deep breath, settle back, and reload for the second one. Beautiful shot. There's that double.
boy, they needed that too.
Big shot.
Dave Metler here for Wabash. Leading off. Oh, and a
Ooh.
bucket.
Much better shot, but a little quick. Leaving the bucket, 6 pins. Wabash can make a big dent in that lead with a shot here. Big shot out of the gate for Wabash. Starting with the strike. That's a good 28-pin fill there in the 10th frame for Highland.
I'm assuming this has got to be Richie Case, right?
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful shot. What I should do is just grab a parent. They know who everybody is. Oh, now Wabash Apaches here in frame number 2 working on a strike. They're
156 to 140 in the girls match. Highland shoots 140.
16-pin deficit now for Highland, and they need to get on here and fill some frames in game number 2. Oh, beautiful shot there.
Yeah, the girls match, we saw 9 straight frames with no strikes, and then both the anchor bowlers doubled or threw 3 in the 10th.
Now Mike Case here in the 4th. Oh,
good job.
Boy, that's a tough spare too. That's so easy to chop.
Yeah, but that knocked 14 pins off the Franklin Central lead.
Oh, beautiful shot by Mike Case in the 4th.
3 in a row for Franklin Central.
All right, Ella Klapkowski is going to come in for Highland. She's going to replace Sammy Smolin. And Christine Torpy and Mary Brooks are flip-flopping spots here. So, beautiful shot there from Bryson Walker. So Christine Torpy will bowl 4th and Mary Brooks will bowl 3rd for Terre Haute North.
4 in a row for Franklin Central, extending that lead.
1-2-8 conversion,
nice
solid. That was Matt Johnson.
Big shot for 5 in a row, Franklin Central. Good comeback off that first frame for the leadoff bowler for Franklin Central.
And AJ with the strike for Wabash.
Great shot.
Boys are moving right along. Girls, we're seeing some strikes from the boys' side, so the pace of play a little bit quicker.
Yep.
And now Richie Case here in the 7th frame for Franklin Central. Comes in high, pin comes across, leaves the 4.
A little quick at the feet, just gave that a little extra. They're switching out for the spare here.
All right, so Dillard's gonna come in and pick up the spare. Anchor bowler now Mason Hostetler for Wabash. This kid has a nice looking game, Mike. Two-hander here.
Very solid. Nice and smooth. A lot of power. Right up the lane.
Senior.
Broke sharp. Broke a little early. 4-6-10.
Senior loves Jason Belmonte. Is that any surprise? And that needs to hook. And it does. Hey, when you come in as a spare shooter, that's what they expect, right?
Yeah, you best make it, right.
He knew it all the way.
Yeah.
Now Highland with a 9 spare and an attempt here at the 7 pin right after Terre Haute North opens in the 2nd.
Tightening that matchup.
16 pins just separating both teams here. And with the spare, that was Keegan Cowan for
fills the frame
for Franklin Central.
Highland fills that
and by
frame.
the time this match is over, I'm going to have all the names figured out, and we move on to the next. What a
for Terre Haute North.
Good cover there.
Holding on to a slim lead there, Terre Haute North.
Well, right now, Highland with the strike could take a 1 pin lead in the match. What a great shot there by Dave Metler. Mike Case here now can pretty much wrap this first match up. That needs to hook. Leaves just the 2 pin. Boy, you see these balls, you're like, is that going to get more than 7? And all of a sudden, bam, it's light pocket, right?
Yeah, it comes out of nowhere.
It's almost like somebody's down there just kicking it left. My ball doesn't do that, so. And an open frame for Wabash. And they're already down 23, Mike. And Franklin Central is kind of putting a stamp on this.
Yeah, they're in the 220s
match
right
here.
now, Franklin Central, and there's only 2 left for Wabash. Great spare there. Just caught the head pin, knocked it over. It's all you need to do. Highland North with the spare. Or Highland with the spare. And another open from Terre Haute North. That's going to increase the lead for Highland. The key there for Highland, they've got 3 straight spares to start it. We got 2 opens.
Great shot there in the 7th for Wabash. Well, this match already determined here in the finals. Franklin Central is going to advance, and a beautiful shot. And here's the one thing about Bakers, Mike. You get out in front bowling well, you can really put the pressure on your opponent.
Yeah, they're 2 frames ahead of their opponent, Wabash. You can definitely put the heat on the other team, and that's what's happened here. But Franklin Central is going to just walk away with this one.
A couple of tough spare conversions here for Highland and Terre Haute North, as Terre Haute North left the 2-10 and missed here in the 5th. And now Highland with the spare attempt in the 4th. Oh, and a tough one.
Yep.
And they make it.
Extending their lead a little farther.
That was Anna Holland for Highland there with a great spare. So far, Ella Klepkowski came in to take over that 3rd spot, and she did exactly what they needed. She filled a frame with 7 spare in the 3rd. And now Terre Haute North really starting to struggle here on that left lane. Spare there in the 8th for Wabash.
They just need to get a couple of marks here, get their momentum back, and then put a finish to this game to be able to match up with Highland. Beautiful shot.
Solid game for Franklin Central, 235.
That's a great Baker game, great Baker game.
They shoot a whopping 449. Boy, and that's exactly what you want your anchor bowler to do right there.
Don't believe he missed either game, I don't think.
Yeah, solid finish for Bryson Walker there to end that game for Franklin Central. That's why you put him in that position.
Exactly.
So now looking over here in Terre Haute North, another open in the 6th frame.
Here's a big shot for Highland.
This is Ariana Wagner, I believe, comes in and leaves what they call the rail there, the 1-2-4-7. This is where you want the ball to touch every pin.
Touch everything, touch them all, yep. Right across that rail. Right now, it looks like both the girls' teams is just trying to keep the ball on line, but if you get too tight, too straight with it, it'll want to go a little high and leave all sorts of splits. And then if you try to give it a little room, it never seems to recover to get that head pin.
All right, Mason, throw another one here and finish this out with 3 strikes in the 10th frame. And ooh, she comes in light and takes only the 1 and the 7 off. So open frame here in the 6th. 36 pin lead or 35 pin lead in the game. But Terre Haute North had a 16-pin lead in the match in game number 1. So right now, Highland with a comfortable lead here in the late frames.
Yeah, just looking to fill frames here with marks.
And a tough finish here for the Apaches of Wabash. And Ella Klapkowski coming in, and she leaves just the 6 and the 10. Now this is Christine Torpy.
Good shot, just a little light, leaving the 10.
And a finish of 157 for Wabash and a total of 348. So Franklin Central will advance to take on Richmond.
Big shot for Terre Haute North. They're able to pick up on that or cut into that lead if they can get this spare.
Ooh, and I think she missed it.
Yes, she did.
And she did.
She did, yeah.
She knew it when she let go of it.
2 frames to go. 2 frames to go in the girls' match.
Right now, Highland just needs to fill frames here, Mike. They've got a comfortable lead here after 7 frames. Any kind of a mark, ooh, and a washout is not the mark you want or the leave you want here in the 8th frame.
First boys match, great match. Wabash, falling to Franklin Central, but Wabash had some great players on there, threw the ball very well. Just couldn't seem to get the momentum going where Franklin Central was able to throw some strings out there and put them away.
And that was, I believe, Ella Klapkowski. And actually, that is going to be Sammy Smolin that's going to bowl this frame, and she's looking at the spare conversion. So a change here by the coaching staff for Highland.
Oh, great shot by Terre Haute North. Solid 10. 6-pin flies around that 10-pin. Great shot. Giving it a run.
Oh,
Great
she makes
spare.
it. Great spare for Sammy there for Highland. And Mike, that's all they need to do right now.
Yeah, just fill marks, and there's not much that Terre Haute North can do to catch them. Great shot. You know, here's one of those situations. If you've got an insurmountable lead, do you start inserting your backups to give them a chance to look at the lanes? Is that what you think you try to do?
Well, I think if you want to keep them, of course, if you want to keep them fresh, warm a little bit, you say, yeah, you might want to do that. And especially if you feel like somebody's just off, you might what they term would fish around to see if something would work well. And a good shot there from Terre Haute North and Lily Jones with the strike. And that's all you're wanting them to do right now is fill that 10th frame up. And this is Anna Holland with an open frame in the 9th. Missing the 7-pin. And really Terre Haute North just couldn't get anything going at all in that left lane. Highland gave them opportunities to get back in the match, but they just weren't able to take advantage of it.
Yeah, Terre Haute North threw a couple of good shots, but just was not able to carry them to get them any kind of momentum at all, and then the spares kind of left them a little bit as well. But, you know, both girls' teams struggled on this pair, so, you know, I think it's up to them to, especially Highland, to get out there and hopefully to build some momentum. You got by that first match. You just got to take your confidence into your second one.
Well, 108 finish for Terre Haute North. That's going to give them a 264 total. And that's not going to get the spare done as Carly, she really struggled with spares in the singles portion of this tournament, right? That really did her in. She really struggled with spares on a 143 finish for Highland and a 283 total. So they'll advance, Highland will, to take on DeKalb. And DeKalb will come in to face the girls of Highland, the Trojans. And Franklin Central will take on Richmond. So we have our semifinal round set for the boys and our championship round set for the girls. The Highland Girl Trojans will take on DeKalb for the state championship here for the girls high school. Boys, they're in their semifinal. We'll be back with a short timeout. We'll be back with the next round right after this. All right, welcome back here to Savage Bowling TV's presentation of the 2022 Indiana High School Bowling State Finals. Scott Gilmore, Mike Albee in the broadcast booth. We're joined by special guest, the commissioner of Indiana High School Bowling. First year on the job, Brian Petrie. And you're, are you learning on the fly here or what?
I would say that's probably the best terminology right there. You know, 24 years, Steve in charge of the program. Basically, it was just jump in the car, make sure you don't wreck the car, don't play with the bells and whistles, just make sure to get through the first year. Obviously, things that I would love to improve or maybe adjust slightly. You never want to do that first year. You jump in and just guide a great program and keep going with it and then see what happens from year two beyond. So it was good. Good year, first year.
All right. Orders for the boys: Franklin Central, Ashton Morello, Richie Case, Keegan Noan, Mike Case, Bryson Walker. For Richmond, we'll get that lineup to you. On the girls' side for Highland, it's the same. We're going to go Ariana Wagner, Scarlett Labuda, Sammy Smolin, Anna Holland, and Carly Zucklin. For the girls, for DeKalb, Riley Marcourt, Harley Toy, Elizabeth Jones, Julie Plummer, and Hope Mooring. For DeKalb. The girls, Mike, are in their state. This is the state championship right here on the line for the girls. This is only the semifinal for the boys.
Yeah, they're off to a great start here. And DeKalb, who actually is the tournament leader, led by 24 pins over Highland. So it's finishing up like it started here, 1 versus 2.
And a tough conversion here for Richmond as Morello opens in the first. Oh, almost gets it the hard way. That's Blake Roscoe for Richmond. Get you that lineup here for Richmond here in just a second. Got to make sure I can read my handwriting, you know. All right, lineup for Richmond: Blake Roscoe, DeMarco Owens, Carson McDivitt, Ryan Florence, and Caleb Ponder. So that's your order here. So we got all the orders set now. Brian, I was telling all the fans that are watching here this evening that we're going to fly by the seat of our pants. That's kind of what this Team Baker Bowling is, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, it's as fast as you can go. You want to get out in the lead. You know, you bowled Bakers for Indiana State.
Yeah.
You wanted to be out in front, right? You wanted to set the pace and let them try to catch up.
Yeah, I mean, wholeheartedly, you definitely wanted to. I always felt like if you had like a 1 or 2 frame lead, you had good looks, making your spares, I feel that just put that much more pressure on your opposing team. Bowling with guys, we actually bowled pretty fast in state, you know, Dillian and Rich and everybody, so they bowled pretty fast. You know, got out in that lead and just were strong, amazing bowlers. I had great teammates there who we really knew how to do it, so I enjoyed bowling the collegiate world. So it was amazing. But yeah, the tournament format, especially when you get to match play like this, you know, I think it's a lot about momentum and stuff like that. I think momentum is the biggest thing. You start making your spares, throw a couple strikes, that's when it just feeds off it. Just like that spare there for Richmond, it just gets them going.
Well, we've got a great crowd. A lot of fans here for Richmond checking on their team, rooting them on to get to that state final berth here in the championship match. And Brian, we talked earlier about this is the culmination of a lot of hard work, not only for the coaches but for the players. This is kind of a culmination of a lot of hard work for yourself. This is where you kind of see the fruits of your labor, right?
Yeah, it's great to be able to see a lot of great bowlers, just amazing teammates. Just over the last year, for me, I knew probably half the state as far as a lot of the youth bowlers coming into this job this year was able to meet. I hate to say the northern half or the other half of the state, getting to know a lot of these kids and really rooting them on. And obviously not showing any favoritism across the board, but rooting on the kids that have good sportsmanship, just great games. I love it. This is a great job. I love it. I'm just lucky that they put me in this position. That's all I can say.
Yeah, Brian, we're glad to have you. You know, obviously Steve Kunkel did a wonderful job all these years, and it's big shoes to fill. But you've done a great job this year, and you know we're so happy to have you in that position. And like you said, hopefully you're enjoying it because it is fun. I mean, you know, for me and proprietor to see all the talent that we have, not only on the lanes but off the lanes, a lot of sportsmanship. But we're in great hands with you and your staff and crew. We appreciate all you've done so far and look forward to your changes and touches coming forward.
I appreciate it. Thanks, Mike. Speaking of, you saw Carly throw a great shot for Highland. One of the great moments when I got appointed in the position, I actually ran into Carly during the Junior Gold event at Strikeforce, and she came up during the practice session, hey, can I get a quick picture with you? I'm really happy to see you. And I had never met this girl in my entire life, and for her to come up and say thanks for everything and just be appreciative like that, it warmed my heart, and I was like, well, maybe I am the right guy for this job, at least for a couple of years. You never know.
You are. We appreciate it.
I appreciate it.
Well, the girls, after a couple of doubles, have now left each a tough spare conversion, a washout and the rail. Oh, what a break for Mr. Walker, who's done nothing but throw strikes for Franklin Central today. And then the dreaded 3, 6, 9, 10, and he leaves the 10-pin for Richmond. And now the anchor bowler for Richmond needs to kind of get back on the strike train here. Caleb Ponder as Franklin Central now with the strike. But before, the boys match right now was just it's almost like a battle of attrition here.
Yeah. A lot of opens, a lot of tough leaves out there, and just, and when they get those tough leaves, just trying to fill as many pins as you can, and then hope your team steps up and makes good shots and get you back on the right track.
And Ariana Wagner misses all that's left up there of the 1-2-10. Now Kayla Ponder here, right lane, comes in light. Boy, neither team is, when they're missing the head pin, they're not leaving themselves easy spares. 2-10 here. Brian, you want to, one of the great parts of high school bowling is these kids moving on to the college ranks with that. College costs a lot of money. Scholarship awards.
Yes.
I heard you have some announcements to make.
Yeah, very happy on a couple different levels for this one. But last year it was announced by the IBCA and Scott Devers that we were going to award $2,000 scholarships for a sportsmanship award, and was named after Steve for all of his hard work. And it's a great idea. I love it. And it was actually, and I'm by no means taking all the credit by any stretch, but it was brought to me because the conference that I still run to this day, I have a sportsmanship award that I give to one boy and one girl. They love the program. That literally a lot of the stuff in that application is basically from my application. And the even greater part was the committee, which I'm not a part of. I'll just say that right now. Two of my former kids from the Indianapolis South, Lily Pryor from Whiteland and Troy Bishop from Whiteland, both winners of the $1,000 scholarship. Great kids. I can't speak enough about them. Lily, I've known ever since she was a freshman. Great kid, great. I can't say enough about her. And Troy, amazing young man looking to go to do some college bowling next year. So I think he's a junior, so it's I believe next year. So great kid.
He's just banking that, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, big shot.
There you go.
And wow, what a Blake Roscoe there with the intense response there on the strike in the sixth frame. He's trying to get his teammates fired up here.
And that's what you got to do to get the momentum started. It starts with something like that, and it's up to the next guy down to continue it on.
Right now, we're on a pace to have a tie game in the girls with this spare in the seventh for DeKalb. They could tie the game up here. Every frame becoming extremely important, and a good spare there from Sammy Smolin in the eighth frame for Highland girls. This is the championship match, ladies and gentlemen, on the girls' side. And a big double there from DeMarco Owens and Richmond. The Red Devils out on the east side of the state of Indiana, right there close to that Ohio border. Kind of a little north and then west, right? Journey for them. Not too bad of a drive.
No, not bad at all. I think you hit the nail on the head, Scott.
Great shot out there.
I'm trying. Boy, in these six count, you can't realize how important the pin count on the first ball on a spare is. Mm-hmm. You start taking these 4 and 5, getting a 6 count or a 7 count. Those are pins that they're missing out on that could become huge later on in the match. And another big strike for Richmond as they have 3 in a row. That was Carson McDivitt.
After a Franklin Central single pin miss, so they are just jumping all over this. And these 3 frames can win the match for you right now.
Mike Case here for Franklin Central. And, Mike, they look like they've been a little rattled here.
Yeah, that 3 in a row, 3 good shots in a row will make that happen.
And I think the excitement with it as well really plays mentally into the kids as well.
And another strike for Richmond. Ryan Florence with now a 4-bagger. He's setting things up for his anchor bowler, Kayla Ponder. Now back to the girls' side here as Carly Zuclin here in the 10th frame. Anchor bowler for Highland comes in high and leaving a difficult spare, the 3-10. I say difficult is because we're in the 10th frame in a crucial situation here. And a good spare there from Mike. And now it's up to the anchor bowler, Bryson Walker, who's answered everything here for his team. And a spare for DeKalb in the 10th. They have a chance at a 166 first game. Regardless, they're going to have the lead going into game number 2. State championship final match on the girls' side. boys are in the semifinal round. Scott Gilmore, Mike Albee, and the commissioner of the IHSB, Brian Petrie, in the broadcast booth. And now, 10th frame here, Caleb Ponder, right lane, 49.50, the championship pair for the men.
Beautiful shot.
And
those are about 5 of the best shots you've seen right there.
Let's go back to Blake Roscoe's strike in the 6th, where he really got animated on the finish. It's kind of brought some life to the Richmond Red Devils.
Yeah.
And just as I jinxed Bryson Walker, he throws a gutter ball in the 10th.
Looked like he stuck at the line a little bit and just kind of lost it. And it could be nerves. It could be, that Richmond team fired up, 5 in a row, plays into it. I think everything mentally plays into it.
Yeah. And, Mike, you just don't want to look at it, do you? If
No,
you're a bowler?
it's tough not to when they're putting it right out there, and that's what they're supposed to do. Keep adding to it and show the emotion and puts the heat on your opponent. But those 5 shots can win the match for you right there.
Definitely. Leave the 3-6-10 there, but, the damage is done. Just great first shot in the 10th, giving that 5-banger. It's just they look in control right now, especially
what
after
a
comeback.
Comeback. Beautiful comeback by Franklin Central. That spare on a gutter. Great shot.
Yeah.
That saves them 10 pins right there at least.
Definitely. Bryson's a cool customer for sure. Yeah. Out of Franklin Central, I get to see him quite a bit. Great young bowler. Looking forward to see where his career moves him onto. It's good kid.
191 for Richmond, the first game of the match. They're going to have a 50-something pin lead here. Franklin Central to Phil. Oh, big 10-pin Phil.
132 start for Franklin Central. So they got a 59-pin deficit here that they're facing going into game number 2. It's a 2-game total pin match. I didn't quite catch that finishing score for Highland. I know DeKalb shot 166, so I'm not sure. I think Carly had to make the spare for 160. Brian, we want to thank you for your time.
Appreciate it.
We appreciate all the hard work and effort, and we love the partnership that we have here between Indiana High School Bowling and Savage Bowling TV, and we look forward to the future.
Yeah. On behalf of the board, myself, thank you for everything you do for not just youth bowling, but bowling itself. I think these telecasts are great, and it does nothing but promote this great sport. So thanks for everything,
all right,
Scott. I
Brian.
really appreciate it.
Thank you, Brian. All the best.
Thanks a lot, Mike.
Brian Petrie, the commissioner of the Indiana High School Bowling.
Well, the 59-pin lead is big. It's not insurmountable, but it is big. So Franklin Central, you can still do it on your own without help in a Baker game. But, boy, Richmond can go a long way by starting out with a couple strikes and staying clean, because when you stay clean, it is really hard to make up 59 pins.
All right, an open frame start for DeKalb here. Oh, what a break right through the face and strikes.
Big shot after that first frame open. Highland with a strike.
Yeah, they've cut into that deficit they were going into game number 2. And a nice big strike there from Ashton Morello. And Elizabeth Jones here.
Oh,
and she
break.
doubles in
Big
the
shot.
3rd.
Yeah, the girls, this is it. This is the last game for them. This is the last game of the season.
Well, and that's what. Oh, what a break! Wow.
Those are the ones you don't want to watch. Oh, what a wonderful shot.
A double up there for Highland. And now Richie Case here in the 2nd for Franklin Central. 149. Thank you, Chad, for the score. They're down 17, Mike, but they've cut into that already.
Yep.
They've cut 12 pins into it just through 3 frames. Ooh, and a 4-5. Oh, right after that. Oh.
Both had doubles, and now both have difficult spares.
Anna Holland goes right through the face, and another strike for Richmond. DeMarco Owens coming through here in the second. And now Keegan Noan comes in high, leaves just the 6-10. And an open frame for DeKalb.
Very tough spare for Highland here, though.
We have a lineup change. Ella Klapkowski's coming in to bowl the second frame and the 7th for Highland, and Scarlett Labuda will come in and bowl the 3rd and the 8th for Highland. The DeKalb girls kept their order the same, and a good spare there for Keegan. And now we have a tough spare here for Carson McDivitt, the 2-4-10. This is where I think Mike is right here, Mike Case. Let him shoot this spare. Don't make, if you make a mistake in front of him, that, it makes it a little bit more, the pressure's a little more off, right?
Yes.
Now this is a huge shot for Franklin Central right here in the 4th frame. They could cut 13 pins off of that deficit. And a strike there in the 5th frame for Hope Mooring. Mike Case comes in light, leaves the 2. Nonetheless, they're going to carve in 12 pins into that deficit of 59. Oh, and a beautiful strike there in the 4th frame for Ryan Florence. Now back to the girls after DeKalb strikes in the 5th. Can the leadoff bowler, Riley Marquardt, she comes in light, and leaves just the 7 pin. Both anchor bowlers stepping up big for the girls. Carly Zuclin strikes in the 5th, and now the leadoff bowler, Ariana Wagner. Can she get the big double for Highland?
This would be a big shot here. Big shot.
They're down 17 coming into this game.
She's got it in play, it looks
like. They can
take
take a lead with a strike, and she gets it. Oh, wow. And Kayla Ponder for Richmond missing the head pin left, and he leaves a tough spare.
Nothing wrong yet. I mean, he's on a strike, so he's not lost that count.
The 1, 3, 6, 8, 10. Bryson Walker comes in high, leaving the 3, 6, 10. Couple of tough spares there for the boys here in the 5th frame, and both boys, they're right together, so nobody's broke apart. And a washout in the 7th frame.
Oh, DeKalb
for Ella Kopkowski. And a strike in the 7th. This one's coming down to the wire. Oh!
What a great try for Richmond. Leaving only the 8. What a great shot, though. Great try.
Boy, here's a big spare now for Bryson Walker. Needs to hurry.
Good
spare. And he gets it. Good cover. And now the spare attempt for Ella Klapkowski, and she only gets 1 out of 4. That's a tough one on a double. 124 in the 7th. All that work they did there, Mike, to kind of carve into that lead, they gave it right back. A.J. Morello, he's lucky to get the 10 out, leaves just the 4. They've cut 20 pins off, but now they got to string strikes.
That's only the half. They need to go more than that now.
Oh, and a beautiful shot. And, boy, if you're looking for an MVP of this Richmond team, Mike, Blake Roscoe has really stepped up.
He started it. He started him going, still continues it on. He's got him pumped.
It's not only the strikes, it's the energy.
It's the action, yeah. And everybody just wants to follow that.
And a good spare there from Ashton for Franklin Central. And now back to the girls' side. The rail conversion here, and that needs to hook, and she misses all of them. Elizabeth Jones there with 6 out. She's got 124 in the 8th. And right now, this is a huge spare for Highland. They can take the lead in the match. They're down 17 entering. They can take a 4-pin lead with the spare. Oh,
beautiful
good
spare.
cover.
Beautiful.
Now we're getting down to the 9th frame. Anna Holland and Carly Zuclin. Julie Plummer, Hope Mooring for DeKalb. And Richie Case there with the 6-pin. And Franklin Central, bowling so well the first 2 games, they just haven't been able to put strings of strikes together.
Right, so before the match, Richmond coming on to bowl them, gets to bowl for 5 minutes, practice for 5 minutes, while the team that's waiting, Franklin Central, doesn't get to practice. So I think that has to do with the slow start.
And DeMarco Owens with the open in the 7th.
Richmond earned that.
Yeah.
Richmond earned that.
That's why you qualify as high as you can get, right?
It. We got to switch.
All right. Dillard's coming in to bowl
For Franklin Central.
Braden Dillard. Boy, and you talk about pressure situation, stepping up in the 8th. Haven't bowled this entire game, Mike. And Carson comes in and leaves the 10-pin now.
They need a spark.
Anna Holland with a tough split conversion here. Oh, my goodness, he comes in and throws to Brooklyn. Now he's setting things up for his late-stage players, the 9th and 10th frame bowlers here for Franklin Central. If I'm Mike Case, I just don't wait. Let Carson McDivitt try to make that spare before I throw another shot.
10th frame for the title match for the girls.
151 in the 9th for Highland. Good cover there by Carson.
10 pins difference.
7-pin game here, Mike.
Yep.
7-pin lead, or 10-pin lead
For the match, yeah.
For DeKalb. She comes in and leaves the 1-2-8. Now it's down to 7. Carly Zuclin. Can she come through for Highland?
First one's big.
Oh, great shot. Leaves a 10-pin.
Very good shot.
And Ryan Florence, you could tell the pressure is building here, right?
It is.
It's tense.
It is back
The
here.
parents are all on their feet. You know they're more nervous than the players. Great spare there by Hope Mooring for DeKalb. And that's going to wrap
enough.
things up. That's enough.
Yeah.
The most.
Keep it on the lane, right? Or
Yep.
is that enough?
That's enough. They had a 17-pin lead coming in, and DeKalb, the Barons from DeKalb High School, bowling out of the Northeast Conference. They finished first in their conference, first in sectionals, first in regionals, third in semi-state. They will take the championship, the state title, here on the girls' side. Now back to the boys. Bryson Walker with the strike. They can strike out for 212. Caleb Ponder here, 10th frame for Richmond. He needs
Mark should do it.
a mark, and oh my goodness, he sent all kinds of wood to the 10-pin and nothing came home. Okay, 158 max score. They're up 59. I think that's enough, Mike. I think that's enough.
You're right. I think you're right.
I think you need a good count first
Yep.
ball. And DeKalb, your champions, your 2022 girls team champion here at the state finals. And what a finish for Bryson Walker. Win or lose, Bryson bowled awful well for Franklin
Do
Central.
some great shots. Great shots.
Boy, what could have been if they just could have got off to a quicker start in game number 1. That was the difference in the match.
It was. And DeKalb, the girls champion, 8-pin winners. The
Boy,
tournament leader wins the TV show match here. Great job.
The emotions are pouring out on the girls' side as the DeKalb Barons realize they are champions. 208 finish for a 440 or 340. And a spare for Richmond, and they will advance to take on Lutheran for the boys' state championship. Great run here for Franklin Central. The Flashes out of the East Conference. They came in finishing first in semi-state. Great run here at the state finals.
Bowled really well, one bad game, but that's all it takes sometimes. Richmond was way too tough for him today. Got that 5 frames, won the match for him in that first match, that 5-bagger.
.165 finish for Richmond for a 356 total. They will take on Lutheran for the boys' state final championship here from Pro Bowl West in Fort Wayne. We're going to take a quick timeout. We'll come back with Mike Albee and the winners of the girls' championship, the girls from DeKalb, right after this.
All right, we're back with the 2022 high school state champions, DeKalb High School. Congratulations on a wonderful win. Great job by the coaches. I've got Hope here with me, who was the anchor bowler. Did you know you needed the mark in the 10th frame to win?
I kind of looked up at the end. I probably shouldn't have, but I knew we were like 10 away. I don't know. I was, oh my gosh, so surreal. This happened regionals too. Yep.
Well, you guys have done great all the way up the ladder, from sectionals, regionals, semi-state, all the way up through. And it had to be obviously a good team bowling. It was difficult spares today, but you got a tough one in the 10th frame. Great job on your championships. Celebrate a safe trip home. The 2022 state high school champions, DeKalb High School.
All right. Thanks, Mike. And thanks and congratulations to the girls from DeKalb. The Barons take home the state championship in dramatic fashion, coming all the way down to the 10th frame. And now we're down to our final match of our broadcast, the championship match for the boys. It'll be the Richmond Red Devils taking on the Lutheran St. Bernards. How about that?
Sounds tough. I mean, I'll tell you what, it was so exciting, that last match. I mean, that 5-bagger they threw, those were 5 shots. There was not going to be anything left standing. I mean, they were tremendous shots, and they got it going. And like we talked before, that 5 frames could win them the match, and it certainly did.
Well, Lutheran has a ton of experience, and 2 guys that are going to stand out, Ryan Spear and Riley Spear. They've been in all of the big matches in high school bowling, Indiana, Kentucky All-Stars, the state finals. They've been here before. This ought to be a great contest here. And Riley, just the freshman. It's Ryan that's had all of the accolades here as we talk more about him. 25 300 games, the senior. This is his 4th year on varsity. He pulls for a couple of Indiana kids, Zach Weidman and Bailey Maverick. So Lutheran does have a ton of experience, and the Spear brothers have been a big part of the St. Bernard's success. Lutheran bowls out of the Indy East Conference. They finished 2nd in their conference, 1st in sectionals, 2nd in regionals, and 4th in the semi-state. Coach Chris Barger has done a tremendous job with the St. Bernards. But I'm telling you, momentum, if it has anything to do with who could win this, Richmond Red Devils, with all of the momentum per se going into this final match, they bowl out of the Mid-Indiana Conference. They finished 1st in their conference, 1st in sectionals, 3rd in regionals, and 2nd in semi-states. Semi-state coach Mike Higgins and Jeff Maitland, they've done a tremendous job in building this program. And here, each coach from each team has a chance to take home a state title.
They do, and Richmond showed that they can throw strikes, and they look pretty well lined up. And, you know, with a 59-pin lead, it's a little different, I guess, scenario. When you got a 59-pin lead, you aren't quite as going for the juggler there and trying to just put your opponent away. So you would expect a little bit of a letdown, but you don't want it to happen. But, you know, you see the best you can do is the best you can do, you know, so with Lutheran, you mentioned Ryan Spear. I mean, there's a young man that's one of the best in the state. So if anything, he can hold his team together, but it is a 5-man rotation, so one guy only gets to throw 2 shots. Mm-hmm. But if there's one guy in the state you wanted to throw those 2 shots, Ryan would be one of the first ones you would pick.
Yeah, and right now the orders for Lutheran, they're going to go Cree Atkins, Sam Lohman, Gage Fossner, Riley Spear, and Ryan Spear. So they're going to rely on the young Riley Spear to bowl on that 4th spot. As you know, Mike, that's important because you're setting up your anchor bowler. But they're showing the faith in the young Spear brothers to lead this team. But you know, one thing about the Red Devils, Mike, when you look at their roster, they're starting 4 seniors and a junior, so a lot of experience in that lineup for Richmond. So can the freshmen Riley Spear come through, and probably this is going to be the biggest moment of his young career and the most pressure.
Oh, I would think so for sure. And if you look at today's qualifying to get to where we got to where Lutheran led, they only led this tournament over the Richmond Red Devils by 3 pins. So it's a tightly contested team match. They're very well obviously coached, and the bowlers are great. So it is that close, 3 pins. 2-game match, total pins takes all. It'll be exciting.
Yeah, we're going to come back with the finals of the team event for the boys right after this. All right, welcome back here to the broadcast booth. Scott Gilmore and Mike Albee here. Pro Bowl West, the location, Fort Wayne, Indiana, the city here for the Indiana High School Bowling State Championships. And I want to thank a parent for coming up and correcting me. Got some bad information there, but it's the Saints of Lutheran High School. And we're just a few seconds from getting the state final match underway for the boys. I want to thank Coolwick, the official apparel provider for Savage Bowling TV. If you'd like to go out and get a discount on great apparel from Coolwick, great website, coolwick.com. Just type in that promo code at your checkout, Savage Bowling TV 10, get 10% off. So we want to thank Coolwick and their staff for providing all of our cool apparel here. We've already got compliments on it, especially when you wear the right shirt and you match all of us.
How long are we going to hear that?
Well, you know, I got to make sure, you know.
I mean, there was 4 options, all right? I had a 25% chance, and I was wrong. I'm correct this week, though.
You picked the wrong 25%.
I did.
Didn't
I'm
you?
correct.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, what a great match coming up, though. But there is some talented bowlers, and it'll be a great match. And it was so much fun. The Cal girls are so excited back there. They're all just glad it's over, but boy, they're so excited. It was just a great girls championship match.
All right, we're just about to get underway here.
And guys, Richmond has gone back to their original starting lineup, just to let you know.
All right.
If you have that written down still.
I have it written down somewhere.
Somewhere.
Yeah. So they're going Blake Roscoe, DeMarco Owens, Carson McDivitt, Ryan Florence, and Caleb Ponder. That's who I have.
That's what we're going with.
That's what I'm sticking to. One thing that's great is I can read the names on the back of the Richmond Red Devil shirt, so sometimes that's hard to mess up. But
no high school bowling teams put your names on the back of the jerseys.
I tell you one thing, Mike, that we didn't really think about early on in this telecast was the high seed gets lane choice. And that could be huge, right?
It certainly looks like so far. I mean, it's just the lanes when they've made those switches between games, nobody started out real well when they moved over. So it's not really because they're changing right now. It's just right now it's pressure.
Let me ask you this: Would you select the lane choice based on finishing the second game? Would you want to be on the better lane to finish game number 2, or would you want to start on the better lane?
You know, I would almost, if it's a singles event, I want to finish to win.
Mm-hmm.
To me, if it's a Baker team event, I want to get out front, and I want to put the heat on the other team.
Well, would you, like when you pick your starting lane, if one lane's better than the other, do you want to start on the better lane, or do you want to finish the match on the better lane?
I want to finish on the better lane.
Gotcha.
I want the opportunity. I want the ball in my hands.
Gotcha.
Create your own destiny.
Because that's one thing that's huge here. Sometimes these lanes play differently, right? And, you bowl one whole game on one lane and then you flip. So
now Richmond hasn't had practice, so they've sat down while Lutheran got to practice. So good first shot for Richmond, leaving that light 10.
I do believe they get I don't know, do they get to throw any balls on the warm-up lane?
I've never seen them throw. They may be able to, but they don't get to practice on this pair.
Right. All right, we're underway here, and Cree Atkins with a strike for Lutheran. And Blake Roscoe, really the guy that instigated Richmond's run here to the championship match, and he misses the 10-pin.
And we've seen it. This match can be won early if you get out in front and run. Oh, crossover for a double.
Boy, and Lutheran's bringing the energy. Sam Lohman there with the strike. Well, I will say one thing. You can't read anything on the back of the Lutheran Saints shirts, can you?
Well, I'm glad you said that because I'm colorblind and I wasn't sure there was anything on there.
DeMarco Owens with the strike right after the open frame.
It's that invisible ink, maybe.
Yeah. I'm looking as hard as I can. I don't see anything. I do like him, though. I like the gray. And big shot here in the third after the first two. And
good break. Good break.
Gage,
only a 6.
Yeah, Gage with just the 6-pin. And now Carson McDivitt following up the strike with a 3-10.
Well, you see some of these balls going a little bit high, and it's really just the adrenaline. I mean, they're lifting so hard, but when you lift hard, you're lifting straight up, and it just makes that ball want to either jump on the back end or just read the lane too early.
Well, and like you're saying, it's so hard when you sit for 5 minutes.
It is.
Especially the older you get, just enough time for that body to kind of tighten up a little bit. And it's a little cool on this end of the house as well. And Carson taking just the 10-pin off.
Good try there.
And 2 open frames out of 3 for Richmond. And now our first look at Riley Spear, the freshman. Two-handed left-hander. Oh, beautiful shot. And these 2 young men, the Spear brothers, are very talented.
You said freshman?
Freshman.
We could see him about 4 years in a row.
Absolutely. Well, and his
great
brother,
shot.
If he follows in the footsteps of his older brother, great shot there from Caleb Ponder. We're going to see a lot more of Riley. But now the senior. Ryan Spear. And he's going to attack it two-handed on the other side. Comes in high, fortunate to leave just the 4. You got to think, too, you're so amped up, the adrenaline's flowing. You got to calm that heart rate down a little bit because you can get too excited.
It's a happy
right?
medium. It's a happy medium, correct. You want to get it projected down the lane, let the ball do all the work, but it's so hard not to want to help it, especially in a state championship match.
You're right. Lutheran Saints and Richmond Red Devils. And a spare in the 5th. Clean game so far for Lutheran.
Those have been far and few in between that we've seen so far here in the championship round.
A big spare here for Blake.
Good spare.
And he gets it.
Good spare.
Because they have 2 strikes, no spares. You just that sometimes that spare is just as big as a strike, isn't it?
It is.
All right, back to Cree here at the top of the order for Lutheran. Working on a spare 6 frame. Crosses the head pin, leaves just the 1-3. And now Blake here in the 6th. Excuse me, that
nice
was
shot.
Caleb Ponder, with the spare in the 5th. I got ahead of myself there, and now the emotional leader for Richmond, Blake Roscoe, comes back with a strike in the 6th frame.
Last time he did that, they put 5 together.
Yeah, can DeMarco Owens kind of build off of that? Spare.
Good spare.
Good cover for Lutheran, and now DeMarco Owens, they're down 30. They can cut that lead to 20 here with a strike in the 7th.
You just can't say how important those spares are, though. Makes it so much more difficult for the other team to come back.
I want to thank everyone for watching here on Savage Bowling TV. That needs to hook a lot, 1-2-4. I want to thank also all the players and people in the chat rooms. It looks like it's filling up there. I want to thank you for watching and hanging out with us here today. Miss right there at 1-2-4 is here for Lutheran. Now DeMarco Owens, good cover
fill.
there.
Yeah, good fill.
And now Lutheran needs to do the same thing here.
Nice spare. Good job.
Both players with great covers.
Sometimes those spares are as big of a lift as a strike is. Just continue to kick the can a little farther down the road.
Sam with the cover there. Now Carson McDivitt for Richmond. Oof. 10-pin flirted there but fell, leaving just the 2. And now here's Gage in the 8th frame for the Saints of Lutheran.
Oh.
Comes in light, and he's not as fortunate, and he leaves the 2-4-10. Lutheran.
Looked like he had a lot on that ball. I thought it was going to make the turn, but boy, just wanted to give it a few extra feet down the lane. That's all it took to leave that 2-4-10, sorry. Makeable, though.
Makes this 2-pin conversion a little easier for Carson. As you watch your opponent leave a very difficult spare conversion here. Needs to hook a lot. Takes just the 2-4. So first open frame in the game for Lutheran. They got 150 in the 8th. 14-pin deficit here for Richmond. 9th frame. Caleb Ponder bowling 4th.
Uh-oh.
That
high.
needs to hook a lot. Oh, and it does!
I stand corrected. That was high flush. He brought that back from the weeds. That was a good one. Great shot.
Yeah, so let me correct myself. Ryan Florence now bowling anchor for Richmond, and Riley Spear.
This game is heated up here in the 9th and 10th.
2 frames, 2 strikes for the freshman. And now Ryan Florence for Richmond here in the 10th frame, working on a strike. Oh, great shot. Oh, he just tomahawked. Get down, 10-pin.
What a shot. That pin hit both sideboards faster than it almost made the 3rd one back.
Yeah, there's a penalty flag out on the approach. Unnecessary roughness on the 10-pin.
Oh,
and Ryan Spear answers right back with a strike.
Lutheran's aware of what match they're in. They're not taking it lightly here. They're going.
And now back to Ryan Florence. That's one's
in.
left. That's got to go right, and it does for a Brooklyn. Little Beastie Boys action there. No sleep till Brooklyn for Ryan Florence. And now Ryan Spear back, second bowl in the 10th for Lutheran. Great looking shot. Oh, and 10-pin comes down late on the messenger. And we got ourselves a ball game here, folks.
Great shots in the 10th.
196.
Don't want to give up fill here, though. You want to make sure you fill all 10.
Yeah, keep that focus intact. Oh, and he does. Great finish, and I like it. I like what I'm seeing, Mike.
Some solid bowling there in the 9th and 10th.
196 for Richmond.
Both teams, 9th and 10th.
Well, and it really, you make that spare in the first frame, and we got ourselves 3-4 pin game here based on what Ryan does here in the fill. Comes in high. Uh-oh. 8 count,
yep.
208 the score.
Let's remember that last shot and see if that 2 pins comes. Those are the things that you might wish you had later on. But it was a good shot. I mean, he made a good shot.
Yeah. And I love the energy and everything both teams are bringing here to the lanes.
Well, 12 pins is going to be one. That's one shot. That's one mistake or one good break or one good shot to win the championship.
That's right. Let's go over the lineups again real quickly here. Cree Atkins, Sam Lohman, Gage Fossner, Riley Spear, Ryan Spear for the Saints of Lutheran. Blake Roscoe, DeMarco Owens, Carson McDivitt, Caleb Ponder, and Ryan Florence for the Red Devils out of Richmond. 1 game for the state championship here on the boys' side team event. 12 pins, the difference. Scott Gilmore, Mike Albee here in the broadcast booth. And, as a fan, you love the strikes, close match. You expect a lot of energy here in this last game.
I'm loving watching the break here between the games. I mean, watching the 2 teams huddle up, and you watch who's talking, and it's just, it looks like Richmond just had it together, and they were all kind of conversing back and forth and pumping up. Riley Spear took the lead over here with Lutheran, and he was leading the talk. It was just him talking. So we'll see how it ends up.
Oh, and a strike for Blake Roscoe, the emotional leader of the Red Devils, comes through to start this game out. Can Cree Atkins answer? 12-pin match. Comes in light, leaves just a 2.
Just remember how big each shot is in this match. 12 pins, 1 shot can determine it all.
And it's going to be real interesting if it comes down to the 9th and 10th. It's going to come down to the Spear brothers against Ryan Florence and Caleb Ponder, and who can step up to the plate here? DeMarco Owens now working on a strike, second frame. Oh, beautiful shot.
Beautiful shot.
And here's the other thing, too, is you don't want to get too amped up too early, right?
Yeah, I mean, you're only throwing 2 shots, but like you said, you've got to be very careful to not overdo it. Let that ball do all the work. Get it in position to strike.
Oh, and he misses the spare.
Richmond takes the lead.
And now Carson McDivitt can make it to 19 here with the strike. Oh, and he does.
Richmond puts those big strings together. This is a big one right out of the gate. 3 in a row to go from behind to ahead.
Big shot here from Sam Lohman, 10
Good
pin.
shot. Good shot.
You know, now here's my feeling. If I'm Richmond, I want to get way out in front.
Yeah, and I think they see that too. So here's a big shot for number 4. Like I said, those strings can win the title for you.
Caleb Ponder for Richmond. The senior comes in high, leaves just the 3-6. Favorite pro, Jason Belmonte. Now Sam Lohman here for Lutheran, the junior. He makes the spare. His favorite pro, Brad Miller. Old Brad and Kyle, they get a lot of points here from the young kids. They got their blog that they do, a vlog on YouTube. Speaking of YouTube, see that little subscribe icon? Make sure you click on that, become a subscriber of Savage Bowling TV. And a big open there for Caleb Ponder. Now Ryan Florence, the anchor bowler, he will allow Gage here to bowl in the 3rd. Comes in, high flush strike.
Right into the power of Lutheran here.
And now Ryan Florence, the anchor bowler. You don't want all the wind to come out of the sails if you're Richmond here after 1 shot. He's got to come back with another good one here. Comes in high. Fortunate, leave just the 3-pin. It's amazing how one little mishap can really kind of take the wind out of the sails.
Yeah, when it gets this close, one little break can change it all.
Now the freshman.
Wow,
oh, beautiful shot. He's been rock solid,
Yeah, he
Mike.
has been very solid, yeah.
He has yet to miss. 3 shots, 3 strikes, and they've been no doubters.
Yeah.
Now Ryan Florence needs to make the spare here. And he does.
Big shot for Lutheran.
Now Ryan Spear. 5th frame.
Trying to put their own string together here.
Oh, and he comes in light, the senior. Anchor bowler for Lutheran, leaves the 2-8. And now Blake Roscoe, the emotional leader of Richmond. Comes in high. He leaves just the 6-pin. Big spare here for Ryan. You don't want to give any momentum back to the Red Devils.
Good spare.
And we're going to have a sub here for Richmond. It looks like Bryce Cloyd is going to come in to make the spare. Oh, and he does. Boy, that's risky, Mike, isn't it?
That is very risky. That's very tough, too. That's
what
a tough place to come
spare
in.
for Bryce. They might look back on this, and he might be the MVP if they go on to win this. You come in cold.
Wow, yeah, that's a tough call.
In the middle of a game.
Great job, though. He did what he's supposed to do.
You know what? The coaching staff, they know what they're doing,
Yeah.
right? Now Cree who opened in the first, and now he's looking at an open here in the 6th.
Who can put together a double or so here to give themselves some room? Three-bagger might win it.
Boy, right now you just want to probably
get one started.
Get
one
2
started.
pins here if you're Cree, right? No sense in taking the chance. The probability of making this split is minute here, and DeMarco comes in, almost gets lucky with the Brooklyn, leaves just the 10. Remember, it was 12-pin lead for Lutheran.
Oh, he's going to shoot it.
He's got a chance. Ooh, close. Good effort there. 102 in the 6th. 122 in the 6th for Richmond. 4-pin lead for the Red Devils going into the last 4 frames. And a spare in the 7th for DeMarco Owens. Important shot here from Sam Lohman to get the Lutheran Saints back on track here. He's got a chance. Oh, and a beautiful shot.
They do 2 great shots. Solid 10 the first time, and then dead flush strike that time.
20-pin lead in the game. They can cut it to 10 with a strike here in the 8th. Carson McDivitt, left lane for the Red Devils. Comes in high. 3, 6, 9, and a tough, tough spare here.
Yeah, you got to get that double wood back there, that 9 pins hiding behind those. So you got to make sure the ball drives through and takes it out as well.
Well, now we're down here for Lutheran here. Gage.
Here's the power going in last game.
All 3 two-handers here in the 8th, 9th, and 10th. Oh, what a
shot.
Good shot. Good shot. Bad break there to leave the 7.
That was strange. I thought that would take the 10 or 7 for sure.
Boy, for a second, the 4-pin stood
that
as
was,
well.
That was a very odd hit. Yeah.
That would have been a weird 8-pin or 8-count hit in the pocket. Now Carson McDivitt here with the tough spare conversion. It's got a chance, Mike. It's got. Oh, what a spare! Wow.
Stole that shot.
You don't realize how hard that is.
Well, you got to either hit real heavy or just like that, real light onto that.
Boy, with everything on the line like you have it.
That holds their lead, right?
122 in the 7th, 17, a 1-pin lead for the Red Devils going into the 9th and 10th frames. Check that. It was a 12-pin, Mike. Great point out there. And a strike for Caleb Ponder.
That's the setup in the 9th frame. Big shot. This is big for Luther in the match.
Oh, that's got to get going. Oh, a break strike for Riley.
Got a break. Here we are, 10th frame.
All right, it's 17-pin lead in the game. 12-pin lead for Lutheran going in. It's just a 5-pin game.
5-pin.
5-pin
in Richmond's
lead.
hands.
5-pin lead for Richmond. Ryan Florence misses a head pin right. 1, 2, 4, 8. He is on a strike, so important to make this spare and force Ryan Spear here to strike in the 10th. This is for the match.
Yep.
This is for the match. Strike
state championship
to win a state championship for the Lutheran Saints. The senior. Oh!
4-pin.
4-pin.
Now,
Ryan Florence needs to spare here in the 10th. Oh, and he missed it way left. Oh, my goodness. 181 finish.
Very difficult situation to be in a 10th frame. State championship relying on that. Very difficult position.
This is not over yet, Mike. 182 finish. He needs to mark here.
Oh.
All right. Good count here, Mike.
Yep.
Right now, 172. They have enough to win.
That's enough. Yeah.
That is enough to win. The Lutheran Saints will win the boys' state championship here at Pro Bowl West. And you hate to see it finish like that. The Saints from Lutheran in the Indy East Conference will take the boys' state championship here at Pro Bowl West in dramatic fashion. And Mike, you really hate to see it come down to a really tough break there for Ryan Florence in the 10th frame.
Yeah, I mean, it's one shot. It's the big shot at the end. It's the one that's more visible. There's a lot of shots in those two games that you can find to make that up. So you don't lay it all on at his doorstep. It's a great run by Richmond. Lutheran's very, very strong. Great match in the 10th. It's just, but what a wonderful teams we have down there. Sportsmanship all around.
Lutheran might win the state championship on the boys' side, but really bowling wins.
Oh yeah,
and the fans and the parents win by such a great job by both teams.
Well, what's amazing was this match here, was it 6 pins I believe that Lutheran won by. They led the tournament by 4. So these two teams were tightly matched all the way through all day. So I'm sure Richmond's disappointed as well. But what great bowling, and congratulations to everyone involved with high school bowling here in Indiana. It's just we have some great players out there, and we'll see all of them out there many more times in the future.
All right, the Lutheran Saints defeat the Richmond Red Devils 390 to 377 for our 2-game Baker total. We'll come back with Mike Albee and the interview with the champions right after this.
All right, we're welcome back. I'm here with the 2022 Indiana State High School champions, Lutheran High School. Ryan Spear, what a great career you've had so far. I know you're looking for other aspirations and all that, but you were the guy I would pick to be in the 10th frame. You came through in the 10th. How'd it feel today?
I mean, to have this team behind my back all year and to pull through for them means the world to me. This team's done everything for me.
Well, looks like they're going to be in good hands with your brother as the setup guy for you there. Third place bowler, bowled tremendous, started that whole rally there at the end of the first game. So congratulations to all you guys. What's next for Lutheran High School?
Another state title.
Congratulations, Lutheran High School, 2022 Indiana State High School champions.
All right, Mike, thank you very much. And it's been a great day of bowling here in the state of Indiana for high school bowling, and we couldn't ask for two better events, both the boys and girls in singles and the boys and girls in team event. Our champions, once again, the DeKalb girls on the girls' side and the Lutheran Saints on the boys' side. We'll be back next weekend at Anderson for the Queens here on Savage Bowling TV. We hope you enjoyed today's presentation of the Indiana High School Bowling State Finals. For Chad Lester, our director, producer, and Mike Albee, I'm Scott Gilmore. We hope you enjoyed it. Once again, the DeKalb girls and the Lutheran boys are your state team champions. So long, everyone.